I got started into MMA when I was 15. I moved from Newburgh, Oregon to Reno, Nevada with my parents, and my dad was a huge fan of Ken Shamrock, and he ended up having a local gym in Reno, and my dad was the one who convinced me to try a class with him, and I was a little hesitant at first, but started training with Ken, and he's the one who initially said that I had potential in the sport. I ended up sparring for the first time, and I just fell in love with punching people in the face, I guess. It was just so much fun to let my aggression out, and it's a sport that's only performance based on what I do. It's not about what another team is doing. My family is my whole world. They're the only reason I started fighting. When I know they were struggling with money, they sacrificed to get me an apartment in Las Vegas. They sacrificed so I could really make MMA a career. Packed me up and moved me here to Sacramento, so they've made a lot of sacrifices just so I could make this a career. They know that when I set my mind to something, I'm going to achieve it. I actually went to college when I was 16 on an academic scholarship. Even though I had a lot of things going for me academically, I was destined to do this. I love what I do, and I love the obligations, I guess, that come along with being in this career. I just knew I wanted to make it big, and I didn't know how, but I'm very fortunate that I made it in MMA, and along with fighting, I make sure I train as hard as I can, whenever I can. I will not let back on my training. I'm too determined and too stubborn to lose. I love all the athletes in this division. I look at this division and it really shows what women's MMA can do. There's a lot of very technical girls. There's a lot of really good Muay Thai fighters. There's obviously a lot of really good wrestlers. It's just going to create a huge job behind women's MMA that even the 135 division couldn't do. The 135ers have Ronda Rousey, whereas this division doesn't necessarily have a Ronda Rousey. I said before that the belt was going to jump around a few times, and the belt did. It jumped around, and Joanna's an amazing striker, very well-rounded. I loved watching her performance. I've watched some of Joanna's fights, and I knew her striking was really good. So once there was going to be someone who could defend Carla's takedowns, then she was going to lose. I think she's going to stay in the top 5 for a long time. I'm very impressed with her performance, and congrats on that win. I pretty much dedicate my whole life to training. I mean, I don't do anything unless it's going to benefit me in a fight. Day to day, I'm either at the gym or I'm at home resting. I'm always doing something that's going to benefit me, doing more things that'll just help my strength or my conditioning. I mean, I have so much fun doing everything fighting based, I guess, and making sure there's still things that I really enjoy. For fun, gosh, I take baths. That's fun sometimes. I don't know, I don't really do anything other than train. I love my puppy. His name is Dennis. I got him from the Humane Society, and I take him to the dog park almost every day, at least for an hour. I try to squeeze that in so he can get a little outdoor time. I guess he's my hobby. Yeah, when I'm in fight camp, I eat very healthy. I try to eat super clean when I'm cutting weight. I do not cheat at all. I'm very strict on myself. I treat myself every now and then. I do use the excuse that I'm still young and I can eat unhealthy sometimes. But aside from that, I still eat like an athlete. You know, I don't really have a lot of time to actually sit down and have a meal some days, so I try to have a lot of apples, healthy foods that I can snack on during training camp. I noticed Team Alpha Male had a lot of small guys. I knew they were a really big name in the sport. I was still very new. I didn't know a lot about where I needed to go. I knew I wanted to make MMA career, I just didn't know how. I found out about Team Alpha Male, and I went there the first day, and Uriah just kind of took me under his wing, and he told me the classes I needed to be at, told me what I have to do to be on the team, and a few months into it, he asked me to actually be on Team Alpha Male, and I've stuck there ever since. I get to train alongside champions. I see what they do every single day, and I try to mimic what they do every day. There's TJ Dillashaw, who just became the 135 division champion, and I get to see everything he does to continue to keep that belt, and I get to do what they do. I mean, it's just a very, very fun team to work with. They're all very disciplined, but they make training fun, and you know, once I'm not having fun in fighting, then I'm gonna do something else. A lot of people didn't get to see my last performance, which it was a very dominant performance. I got the first finish in the strawweight division, I think the first TKO. I think a lot of people didn't get to see that performance and they want to see me prove myself a little bit more, and that's just fine. People are misunderstanding a lot of what they're saying. They're saying, oh, she's only had one fight. Still have all the other girls in the strawweight division. So yes, I've only had one fight in the UFC, but everyone in the strawweight division has only had 2 fights in the UFC.
I don't know Paige that well. I've met her a couple times. She's a tough little gal. She's so tenacious and tough that she gets by with so much of it. She's a go-getter.
I do deserve to be where I am, and I just have to prove myself a little bit more, and that's just fine.
She's definitely got the heart and the will to win. I don't think Felice Herring's out of her league.
I know that I'm coming up against the hardest opponent I've ever fought. She's going to be the toughest, and I think she's the most technical. I still go into a fight and my game plan completely goes out the window. So I'm stoked to be on the main card. It's very exciting, so I hope I can put on a good performance. Hi, I'm Paige VanZant and I'm on the Shoot.